Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Reds. I'm Redheaded Riding Hood. You can call me Red for short. Thank you for being here. Anthony was first in the house. Thank you for being here, Anthony. And Arnie's here. Hey, Arnie. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year, everybody. I put myself on the TV behind. I don't know why I do this. I'm just weird. Oh, I was thinking of taking you guys out and showing you the snow. And I was gonna try and do a snow camera on my phone. Let me see if I can do it. Let me see if I can do that. I'm going to try. So I want to go. I can do that, right, Anthony? Anthony knows how to do it, right? If I go and you know what? I might like have myself up. You know when people do the two cameras? How do they do that, Anthony? I'm going to send myself a link. I might do it like that. So I hope everybody has had a happy holidays, happy 2023. Maybe I shouldn't bother with this. I don't know. I was going to sing you guys a song. Let me see. I think I pulled up the words. It's an oldie but a goodie. I thought I pulled up the words. Maybe I didn't. Trying to get it together here. Yes, I've got the words. I'm just going to sing you a chorus of it. Because I was just listening to this just now and I was like, I remember that song. I love that. That's perfect. You just call out my name and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call and I'll be there, yes I will. You've got a friend. That's Carole King. Ha! Guess what? Y'all, I'm doing a contest and the winner just came into the chat. And I'm doing a contest on and it's going to be based on like the past year. But I'm doing a contest where for the next, I'll probably do it for a couple of months. I'll probably do it for like 8 weeks or 12 weeks even. So my top fans that have like for the last year that comment all the time on my videos, watch my videos, come to my lives, and even people that are top fans on my Redheaded Riding Hood Facebook page, which I will drop a link to if some of you are on Facebook and want to go like my page. So those people, and like I'll have a list of names. I have people in mind. It's people that I see all the time that are commenting on my stuff. So anyways, let me take a moment to say hi to some people that came in, and then I'm going to tell you who's the winner. So hello from down under. Hello from Australia, Graham. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Ronald. Hi. Hello, Lori. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hi, Diana. This is my Southern red wig, y'all. This is my Southern red wig because yes, hello everybody, and thank you to my mods. I don't have the YouTube side open yet. I still as yet will go out and show you the snow because I think it was like snowing right now. But anyways, I want to announce who won. I can turn off my alarm for picking a winner. So, drum roll. Ronald, you win. And Ronald was here. Like when you came in, Ronald, before God's blessings to you from Colorado, Ronald. You win. He's a top fan friend. Tonight, you win $50. Send me your PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or tell me what the Walmart is near you. I can send you money that way. But Ronald wins. Everybody congrats, Ronald. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being, he commented, he was here, you were here early, Ronald, and I was like, okay, does he win? I'm like, no, I have to be when I'm live. I can't do it if you're here early, you have to be, so it has to be one of my top fans that's commenting, and my Facebook people, because I'm live over on Facebook now, my Facebook people, I have fans there that haven't been over here to the YouTube. But if you come into my Facebook Live, first, so Monday nights at 10. So next Monday, you guys, I have it set up already. I'm going to do Norgis, my friend Norgis. She has a channel here on YouTube. And, it's just a nice Christian chat, and she prays for people, and her channel just blessed me so much. And so my friend, hey Derek, so my friend Norgis, I'm interviewing her next, and it's going to be an hour early. But normally my normal live time is 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. here in Denver, which is 8:09 now, 8 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. And since my friends I've been interviewing that are on the East Coast, and that's kind of late for them. So, and I did Brienne an hour early. I'm going to do Norgis because she's in Georgia too. Thank you so much for being here, Derek. Welcome in. Welcome in. So I need to get going and say a poem. So let me start. Hey, Kenneth. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Good to have you here. Oh, I don't know where that is. And it is, and there's John. Hey, John. But I wanted to show you guys the snow. And you know what I think I'll do that's just easiest is just go out there. First, I'm going to be cold because I'm a sleeveless here. Yes, I'm going to walk out here for a second. It's going to be cold. I went driving around in the snow today. Can you see it? Can you see it? Isn't it pretty? I love it. Winter Wonderland. Yeah, it's snowing right now. It's snowing right now. I'm stepping in it. Isn't it pretty? I still have my Christmas stuff up. Get to that. I got a lot of stuff done today. Oh, I went and joined the pool. And oh my goodness, you guys. Tell me if you can hear me okay. Yes, it's Southern Red. That's what I said. This is my Southern Red wig with the long hair, Southern Red. Y'all, come back now, you hear? Let's sit and chat for a spell. Hey, Jeffrey. You can always ask for prayer at Reds. I clicked on the wrong comment. A football player? Can you clarify that? Is it a football player that got injured, or? You can hear me? Thank you. Thank you for answering my question. I was concerned when I took my laptop outside. I was going to try to do another camera and, oh, you know what? I think I'll turn off that light, that light, because it's too bright. Just a sec. I'll be right back. There's that better? Okay. And I got a star. So I got a star. So Christmas stuff was on sale and I got a Santa tree skirt. Christmas stuff was on sale at Walgreens. I was at Walgreens picking up a prescription. Be quiet, Graham. Now, I really I'm from Southern California, so I lived in Southern California till I was 12, and then my family moved to South Florida. So Red loves the snow. Red loves the snow. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking you meant. Yes. Thank you, John. We can, I will probably go back through the live. I do that a lot and look at the comments and such. But what I always like to do when I get a prayer request and like someone says something to you and then you're like, oh yeah, sure. Of course I'll pray for you. Of course you say, yeah, of course I'll pray for you. But then sometimes you forget. That's where I am in Denver, Colorado. Where are you now? I'm not going to forget though. I'm going to say a little prayer real quick for this football player. Dear Lord, we pray that you would heal this football player, Jeffrey's friend that got hurt, Lord, and that his injury isn't serious, Lord, that you'd give his doctors wisdom and heal him, Lord. We pray in Jesus' name, amen. So I just like to do that so I don't forget. But I will go back and yes, Lord, please heal Damar Hamlin. Yeah, I'm not doing so great on saving money, but yeah, I was proud of myself today. And I was proud I didn't, when I told Carol of Glorious Life on Wheels, I was getting a prime rib. She's like, that's going to be like $100. And so I was kind of glad they were out of them. This was for Christmas. So I cooked it for my son and his friend, and they came over for Christmas. And it was just like a 4-pound one, and it was a ribeye roast, and it was on sale. And I got $25 off that, like half off that roast. So instead of being a $50 roast, it was a $25 roast. So it's kind of, So, oh, I got my nails done today, you guys, for the new year. Sparkly silver. It's like the King and Queens video with Ava Max. She has her nails like that. So anyways, I haven't said, look I'm 16 minutes in, I haven't said a poem yet. I'm going to say my Ginger Me poem. And that is in, and also I want to say that if anybody, this poem is in this book. If anybody would like a copy of this book, all you need to do is email me at redheadedwritinghhood@gmail.com, and I will send you one of these books. Oh, and I wanted to say that those of you who I have sent a book to, I think you know who you are. I think I sent one to John. If you would like to, it would be cool if you wanted to help Red out. If you think it was good and you would like to leave me a review on Amazon, go find that it is on Amazon. So yeah, anybody that I have given a book to, please leave me a review. Oh, and I'm going to say my Ginger Me poem. Let me take the comment down for a second. Blondes have all the fun. They're the lucky ones. Gentlemen prefer them. Seems bad boys prefer me. Perhaps another shade of dye is worth a try. But my cousin says her red hair makes her fly. They look at her, they look at me. If he's male, we'll get it for free. She's got sass, she's got spunk. She knows that God don't make junk. They call me Red, a firecracker, they said. I no longer care what they said. What's in my heart can't be taken away. Someday my hair will fade and I'll let it stay gray. Beauty is vain. But the fire in my heart will burn on, and to my king I'll sing this song. His love is deeper than the ocean. He washes away my brokenness. He whispers to my heart, his love for me will never part. Thank you, Lori. So you see the snow in the winter from where you are? I want to go to Australia one day. High dependency. Graham's a jokester. Are you joking? Yes, you like my manicure? Thanks, Diana. Yeah, I went to the place I found near here. It's right near my apartment. I drove in the snow. That's why it's like, I took some video and some pictures today, and I wanted to learn how to share the pictures on StreamYard, and I haven't really learned that yet. I do know how to go show you my Instagram. I could do that. And I was going to drop my Facebook link. My Redheaded Riding Hood page Facebook link. You can also friend me on my personal page, which is Susan Hewitt Story. Let me drop this. But I'm still learning stuff about, YouTube. I'm learning to edit. So I've just recently edited some videos, and I cooked chicken enchiladas yesterday on New Year's, and I videoed it, and I'm going to edit that to put up this week. I'm trying to write and talk, and I wrote face hood instead. I wrote Redheaded Riding Hood instead of Facebook. I wrote face hood. This is the Facebook fan page. It's like a page you like or whatever. And then I will also put my personal page, and so it's me. I have the red my logo here with the sticker. I have stickers too if people want to. I usually will send the stickers out. If you want a book, I'll send some stickers with the book. My personal page has that on it, so you know that it's me. This is my Wolfie logo that's on my fan page. Whoops. Hey, Turtledom. How are you? And if you, I don't always accept all the friend requests I get. I get quite a few friend requests from a lot of people I don't know. So, especially if your name is the same as like on YouTube and you go to friend me on my Facebook page, hopefully your name's not different so I recognize you, because I don't accept all of the friend requests I get. Usually though, it's if we have a lot of friends in common, I will. And yeah. So yes, I've got so many plans, Ronald. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for 2023, you guys. I hope you all are too. I wish you all happy, prosperous new year. I'm just really excited. I'm so happy here in Denver. I love it here. I'm getting to see my son more. And that's wonderful. I don't like see him like every day. It was old having mom in your basement. When the first apartment fell through, and I came back from California, it was like I went to an apartment for a little bit because I three bachelor guys, and mom in the basement was just kind of awkward. So, but it was really nice. It was really nice to get this apartment. I love this apartment. I got a 6 months lease at first because I wasn't sure. And, but I've already renewed it for a year. So, and after that, I might look for a place here. But, okay, Lori. Yes, we'll figure that out. You can email me. I will send you my info. I will email you my number. We'll get this figured out. But like I feel like we should do a test thing before I go to Arizona. because that's my plans too for this month. I'm going to Quartzsite. Although I'm nervous, I still get nervous, y'all. And those are my 2 words. Do you guys do the thing where do you guys do New Year's resolutions or pick a word for the new year, or what do y'all do? Or do you guys some people are against, some people get discouraged with the New Year's resolutions because they never do them. And I usually do have a New Year's resolution to lose weight, but this year I'm feeling good about it because it's a lot like the year when I did lose the 40 pounds back in 2008. And it's because my blood sugar is too high and I'm right on the borderline, and I don't want to get diabetes and have to go on the medicine and have to go on insulin. And so I've already lost 16 pounds. So I'm proud of myself, and there's more, there's more to lose. So yeah, we'll figure that out, Lori. Endeavor, a word to describe intent. Mine is endeavor. So I chose the word focus, and then we were talking about it over at Glorious Life on Wheels, and Carol said the word courage, and I was like, okay, I'm going to have 2 words because I need courage. That's always been a thing with me, and especially in the years since I've just had to have a lot of courage in the years since my divorce. And I married my ex lived next door to me in Boca Raton, Florida. We started dating when I was 17. We got married when I was 19, and he was about 21, I think. And never been on my own, never lived alone, never, and finally living here in Denver and living alone, I'm finally comfortable with it. I'm like, yay, I live alone. And so like the past, when I first moved out of my ex's house, it was just like so rapidly empty nest, because some of the kids were at college, and so they'd go back and forth. And then my youngest 2 were at home. And then in 2015, my next to the youngest, Claire Bear, the one in Philly with my grandbaby, she graduated from high school and went to boot camp for the Army. So she was gone 2016, but my oldest son and my youngest were at the house. And then I went to the house and was living by myself. And then some of my kids were sort of upset about the divorce and stuff like that. And I just felt so alone, and I was so lonely. And then the end of 2017, I started doing Airbnb, which did help with the loneliness. But then I found it hard to screen the guests I had. And then some of them ended up being sort of toxic, and the people I didn't want to become enmeshed with. And that was when I had so many stories, y'all. That was when I got involved with the man from Saudi. Well, he was from Syria actually, but he lived in Saudi Arabia because of the war. Doctorate student who I fell for, but then I found out he only wanted a green card, and so that was sort of yeah. And that was bittersweet. It really distracted me, though. I was going through my divorce mediation in 2018, and that is when he was staying at my house for a month. And so, yeah, that was something I wanted to mention. So there's a verse in the Bible that says, God works all things together for the good of those who love him, of those who are called according to his purpose. It's Romans 8:28. And so there's a lot of things that I always see in my life, and that's like, that was bad. But wait, there was something good about that. You know, it's like you look at that and you think that was bad. Like I had rats in my house, and I always talk about this. And I used to always get teased by some YouTubers that I used to hang out with about talking about the rats. But you know, I don't care. I talk about it anyways, because they about drove me insane. It was after I stopped doing Airbnb, thankfully, because I would be so upset that people would say it was an old house and it wasn't dirty, but my floors looked like they were wood floors that my ex had put in, and they looked dirty, but they were old. They needed replacing. And I would get so upset. I was like, when I would get a bad review that would say my house was dirty or something, because I was like OCD, really cleaning it all the time. And and that's why the rats just drove me insane too. But it was after I stopped doing Airbnb in 2019 that the rats had been under the house. I heard something under the house. And my exterminators talked me into these expensive sort of vents, and they were going to put in all these traps, and it was going to be like $600. And I canceled it. I didn't know it was rats. I just heard something. Hey, Timmy Ray. Hello, hello, hello. I got to say, in another minute, I got to say another poem. So remind me if I forget, if I get to blabbing. But anyway, so I canceled that. But then the rats got into under my sink area of my kitchen from under the house. And they were in my house from September of 2019 till January 2020. I am great. How are you, Timmy Ray? Happy New Year. So anyways, that was the good thing about the rats, was though it got me going on getting rid of all those things. And since I learned how to edit, I'm going to do a video of like some of the things, or all of the things that I got rid of. And if you go to my Pinterest, I'll drop that link too. I have a lot of the things on a board called "Look at This Stuff, Isn't It Neat?" And that is from, I'll sing you part of that ditty. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this stuff, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around, sure you think, sure she has everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I got who's its and what's its galore. You want thing in a box? I got 20. But who cares? I want more. I want to be where the people are. I wanna see them dancing, walking along on those, what do you call them? Feet. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they play all day in the sun. Wandering free, wish I could be part of their world. I'll put the link for my Pinterest. But I had so much stuff, you guys, and it took me a year to downsize. Then I sold my house and left Georgia and escaped from Georgia. But that was from The Little Mermaid, if you didn't recognize it. And they used to call me Mermaid in high school in Boca Raton. And what's funny about that, my mom said, because my mom saw my mom was nosy and she read my yearbook and she saw where they put mermaid, because they would call me mermaid. And what's funny about that is Disney didn't make the Little Mermaid with the red hair until after that, because that was when I was a freshman in high school. It was like 1981. Hey, Simply C. Is it Stacy? Well, that is weird. Oh, it put it in the middle of it. Whoops. I'm not a good multitasker, you guys. I'm trying to drop these links. I should get my mod. I should send these links to my mods and have them drop them. That's Pinterest. Yes, I'm talking about Walt Disney's The Little Mermaid. I was singing that song. Oh, let me hear about how are you doing? I didn't read that. You guys, I try to read all the comments. You're doing great. Just another day. It's not New Year's, it's just another day. Well, I think it's New Year's, Timmy Ray. A lot of my family is gone too. So I'm the youngest of 7. I've shared this before. I'm the youngest of 7. And so I lost my first brother in 2002. And then my brother, that was Paul, and my second brother, I had 5. I still say I have 5 brothers, but 4 of them are in heaven. And and then my brother Tim passed away in 2005 from heroin addiction. And Mark passed away in 2006. And 6 months after Tim, and I talked about him before, I believe we didn't know for sure. And that was kind of merciful for my mom. It was hard enough on her already, but we didn't know if he had taken his life or not. But I think he did. My other brother, Christopher, who passed in 2018, believed he did, because he was in the hospital for his depression. He was in the hospital because he was that depressed that he was suicidal. He was in the hospital because he was suicidal. You're the only child. My dad was an only child, and then he was adopted, and then he had 7 kids. My parents were so clueless, you guys. Oh my goodness. In the 50s and 60s, to have 7 kids in Los Angeles, no less. We lived in the valley, as a valley girl. Gag me with a spoon and all that. Yep. I got saved from being a valley girl, let's say that. Because in 79, I moved from LA. We moved all the way across the country with, and my youngest brother that's still living and is in LA, because he doesn't like Florida. He didn't like Florida at all. He was really upset. He's really been angry ever since. He's been angry ever since my parents drug him from California to Florida in 1979. And so, just me and him went with my parents all the way across the country too. And then my older siblings were all kind of left to fend for themselves. But then, like my brother Chris, they would come back, and they came and lived with us for a certain amount of time. Well, that doesn't save you, so you know. But it's not too late too. You can do it. It's just a sign. It's not, you know. I believe that God loves everybody, and it's not a I don't know. Some people think like, and I guess I used to feel that way, that God was, you know, some big bully with all these rules you have to do, and it's like the things that God asks you to do are for your benefit. You know that they're good. You know they're good because he doesn't want you to get hurt. You know, so yeah, and it's good things, and you're saved by God's grace. You're not saved by what you do or being baptized or whatever. You know, but anyway, so 4 of the 7 of us have passed away. My mom passed away in 2009, and I really, really miss her. My dad passed away in 2020. I had a difficult relationship. In fact, I was going to read an interesting poem from the Seven Story Tree about that's partly about my dad. But I'll read you one that talks about my dad, and I'll read you one that talks about my mom, and then you'll see the difference there. My mom, so there's only me and my brother and sister left, and we don't get along, which is sad. And I did want to mention something. I believe somebody's watching. Because I saw that they unsubscribe and resubscribe to my channel. I posted it on my community tab. It's not a new poem, but it's an old poem, but I'm going to read it. But anyways, I wanted to say something because I have a person that's watching. Maybe I'll tell you about it after I do the poem. Let me do the poem first, and then I will tell you, because it's time for me to do another poem. I should set oh man, it's already 8:43. Oh, I need to turn off my Ronald won. I'm announcing it again. Ronald won. I want to turn off this alarm because I don't want it to go off during my poem. This is in this book. It is called, let's see. Let me find it here. Oh, it's called My Chains. This is sort of about some of my sort of chasing after. Well, I didn't actually. I was very reserved and quiet. I didn't let on that it was getting to me, but it was. Okay, I have to look into that, Timmy Ray. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, it affects me, but it helps me to be able to comfort those who've gone through the same thing. Like there's a verse in 1st or 2nd Corinthians that says that that we can comfort others with the same comfort we have been comforted with. So that's how I see that. But this is it's a very vulnerable poem. So like, probably have a vulnerability hangover tonight. Hey, Dan's here. Hi, Dan. Okay, this is called My Change. I dreamed I was in high school again. I was taking a test. I hadn't studied. I was bound to fail. Dad, where are you? He's more interested in helping that single mom at the office. She could use some help. But Dad, I need you. These boys are annoying me. What should I do? Can you come to my band performance? No. Can you pick me up from practice? No. Well, whatever, Dad. Since you don't have the time, at least these boys at school do. But I won't go past second base. Don't worry. I'm a good girl. Goody two-shoes. That's me. I'll be faithful, Dad. Can't you see? I won't be like my brother. I won't even start. I won't get locked up in the prison of addictions. I've never even touched those drugs. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Drink. Adamant. No one sees inside of me. The battle's in my mind and I'm losing it. There's a war raging inside my head. That annoying boy's harassing me every day. In between the inappropriate things he says and does, he smiles at me. He's kind of cute. Perhaps he does like me. Dear God, today he stood on a bench and proposed. It's the nicest thing he's ever said to me. But he doesn't even know who I am or that I'm enjoying this attention. This guy is nuts over me? Go figure. Having this power is intoxicating. This can't be happening. I'm addicted and I can't get him out of my mind. It's like gravity, the spiral down. If he doesn't annoy me, I'm disappointed. Lord, please help me. I'm so pathetic. He makes me manic high. Mom doesn't notice. She's trying to be both parents. At night, I hear her crying. She's dealing with your mania. But I'm sinking. It's not a dream. This is a nightmare. War is hell. Who will deliver me from the body of this death? That's from a verse in Romans. Jesus, awake, he says, peace be still. He breaks my chains in pieces. I can breathe for the first time. I take in the warm air, look up to heaven and whisper a prayer. Thank you. For a while he leads me beside the still waters. He says he'll be my perfect father. Up further on the mountain than I can see awaits another battle. But with Jesus, there is victory. So yeah, that talks about some of what I went through with my dad. So you guys, it's been a journey. My last name for my ex is Story. And y'all, I got stories. And so, yes, I did read that comment. Yes, I will check that out. Let's see. Mods. Mods, can you drop a link to Timmy Ray's channel? You know what, Timmy Ray, I will make you a mod and you can drop your link, okay? But please, I will ask you, I learned this from another mod a little like last year, a little while ago. Don't drop a link to a video. If you drop a link to a video, it takes you out of this live. So don't do that, but drop a link to your channel. It will not take you out of this live. You get that, Timmy Ray? You probably know that already. But anyways, just a reminder. 10-4, Miss Red. Okay. Okay, thank you. And Lori dropped your channel link. Let's see. Okay, and I am not subscribed to your new. Yeah, I had heard you say that over there at Roy and Becky's. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that took me so long. But anyways, I just subscribed. Go subscribe to Timmy Ray. Y'all go over there and subscribe to Timmy Ray. And watch a video. I try to watch everybody's videos, but I just can't. But I try to go here and there and watch. Oh, thank you. And is it Stacy? Stacy? Am I thinking of CC? Another one that's C. C. We just call you simply C. Thank you. Since you feel like, and I'm gonna plug the Crappy Childhood Fairy again. I love the Crappy Childhood Fairy, but you feel like, my childhood wasn't that bad, and I don't like to be not honoring to my parents. My mom was a bit codependent, and she was annoying sometimes too, but this is a picture of me with my mom when I was a teenager. Do I look like that now? This is called You Showed Me by Example. Yeah, she passed in 2009, and it was difficult, and she kind of was a go-between between me and my dad. You know what I mean? She kind of, like one time I remember when I was upset because he cheated on her when I was in high school. That's what the poem was about, and that really adversely affected me in my. And the Crappy Childhood Fairy talks about this thing, limerence, and I didn't even know there was a name for it. And it's when you get all obsessed with someone romantically, but they're not really available or there for you. And that's what would happen with me, unfortunately, because I was chasing the approval of my dad, and I wasn't getting it. And then I married someone who was just like, I think if I had known, like my dad ended up being a technical writer, but at first his title was engineer. When I got a copy of my birth certificate and I saw that, and I was like, oh my goodness, like no wonder, like, because my ex was just like my dad, just so critical all the time, and just very low, very not very. You're not going to hear anything like, oh, what a good job you did. Oh, I love you so much. Stuff like that, And it's like, why did I do this? So he was an engineer, and he was, they were both engineers, and they were both just not very affirming, or just lots of narcissistic traits. Let's say that. Without labeling, because I'm not a doctor. I can't say that. Oh no. Well, let's pray right now for Arnie's mom. Oh, Lord Jesus, so that wasn't not a serious fall. Yeah, I'm not always. I'm kind of clumsy sometimes, and I'm like really careful, like today when I went out in the snow, because there's just like snow. I love it. It's beautiful, but I don't want to slip. So I'm very careful, because I really put on the wrong shoes. I don't have any tread on these shoes. These are like one of the, they are boots, but yeah, I have to be careful here in the ice. And about falling. So I hope, get back with us, Arnie. I hope your mom is okay. But I'm going to read the one about my mom now. It's called You Showed Me by Example. And I put the verse from Proverbs 31:30 in front of this. I put her name, Ellen Olson Hewitt, August 16th, 1929, April 14th, 2009. Charm is deceitful and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Proverbs 31:30. You showed me by example. I read this at her memorial. You showed me by example how to love to read. You showed me by example how to teach and lead. You showed me by example how to stand for my convictions, even if I stand alone. You showed me by example how to keep the home. You showed me by example how to read God's word. You showed me by example how to pray to God. You showed me by example how to hold on. You showed me by example how to forgive. You showed me by example no one's perfect, but we can rely on the one who is. And at first when I wrote that, I hated it because I was like, it's the same thing over and over and over again. But it kind of grew on me, and I'm just like, and she was the same. And I was like reading her journals, and it was funny because she was convincing me when I was reading her journals that the poem was good. And she was like, she wrote things like, perfectionism is a thief, because you want to do something perfect. And that's why, you guys, like, I obsess all day long Monday about my live and how it's going to go. It's almost easier when I have someone to interview. It's funner when I'm here, when I get to do like whatever I want and stuff like that. But it's almost easier because it's not just me when I interview someone. So, and it's been good. I just started interviewing. I started with like Roy and Becky. I hadn't been doing very many interviews. So, but she's okay, Arnie? I'm really sorry that happened to you. Do you have the 2-step authentication now where like they'll send you something? I have that. So your mom is okay. That wasn't anything serious, I hope, Arnie. So thank you, Lori. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and the elephant poem is in this book. So, and what happened, I think I've shared before a lot of times, is I did in 2017 with a vanity publisher. I did the What Elephant book, which is a poem from this one, and it got taken out from under me. I really wish they would. I really wish they would take them all down because I didn't get any royalties on this. They sent me a check for $11. I was so mad I didn't cash it. This is the What Elephant book, and which I want to redo. Yes, email me. Yes, email me, Lori. Send me your address, and I'll send you my phone number, and we can figure out. You can set up a live that you don't and not actually go live, and then like I can show you stuff. Like we can set up I can show you stuff backstage. But the way I learned was just doing it and going on others. Yeah, but I wrote something, and I think I'll drop the link to my blog too. I recently put up a lot of links on my community tab to show you what all my links are. But I'm Redheaded Riding Hood on most all social media and on Blogger. And there is now I don't know when I drop this link if it takes you out of my live or not. So maybe go on it later, or if you go out, just come right back. If it takes you out of my live, please come back. But unfortunately, well, I won't say unfortunately, because I really believe that those who have passed on, like the Bible says, like the great cloud of witnesses, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, I feel, and I sense her presence sometimes. So I feel like she heard that poem, but I wrote that after she passed away. But I wrote an article about her on my blog. Let me see. I write about her and talk about her all the time. Anybody who's around, I mean, around my channel or my pages knows that. Trying to think, I don't really know. I had my blog since 2010, and I really started my blog kind of because of my mom, really. I'm not I have quite a bit. I took down a lot because I had a whole lot. I started my blog. I started my blog in 2010, which was the year after my mother passed away. And I had been writing Christmas letters every year. And oh, wow, Timmy Ray. How is she doing now? Okay. Dear Lord, please heal Timmy Ray's mom. Give her doctor's wisdom. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I was just saying earlier that, I like to just pray right away so I don't forget. But I'm trying to pray, since I've been saying on all my videos, pray for Red. Red's praying for you. I just really believe in prayer. Last year was so good because of people praying for me and praying about my relationship with my kids. And I got back in contact with my middle daughter and my youngest, who is a daughter. And I was just so happy. 2022 was an awesome year, and I just have hopes that 2023 is going to be even better. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, my friend Diana Bian, who I had on last week. If you missed that video, go back and watch it. We did talk about not like the whole entire time, but anyways, I like to put up something like mainly what the person makes me think of, but it's not solely the thing we talk about only, but like we're going to be talking a lot about prayer, I'm sure, when I have Norgis on. We talked about health, diet, and fitness with Diana Brienne, but she talked a lot about YouTube and other stuff. And that's quite all right. And so glad to have you here. Yeah, last week I'm glad to have the international viewers here. And sometimes AJ pops in from Germany. And maybe he'll be popping in soon. So I'm going to read you another poem from here. So I always plan a whole lot and then just see how much I get to. But I'm going to read you 147 about the limerence. I got into limerence with this singer that I met in 2014, right after I had Yeah, that was Layla. I'm sorry. Was that Layla or Mia? Which cat was that? Arnie's channel is his cat's names. You and drop your link, Arnie. Mods can drop your links at any time. But especially at the end, I'll ask you to drop your. I'll try to do like Carol does. Hey, Teddy. Thank you. This is my Southern Red wig. Um, oh, oh, it was Mia. Yes, I'm so sorry. That's hard. I'm not sure I get your chat here, Timmy Ray. Sounds like you're saying your mom was telling you to go out with you. There's Arnie's link. Check out his channel. Why is flowing beard so? Iron bark. I'm not familiar with parts of Australia. I'd love to go to Australia sometime though. But oh, I see a couple of poems I like. There's a lot of interesting poems in this book, if I do say so myself. So I had my neighbor back in Georgia bought this. This book came out in 2015, and I was still living in the house with my ex. We were separated, but still living together. And then I moved out of his house in 2016. But so my neighbor bought one of these books, and I was trying to sell Mary Kay. That's one of the things I tried. I was trying to sell Mary Kay. I was at a Mary Kay party, and she was talking about my book, and she's the one that told me to. And it was the cool thing about Amazon, doing your book on Amazon, was it was free. I'm not sure if it's free anymore, but and it didn't have a table of contents. She was like, and I started like printing them up and putting them and put it in the book myself. But then I was like, I could just log into Amazon and change it and I put this cover on it then too. I changed the cover. This is a picture my Claire Bear drew when she was about 7 or 8, and it's our family. The reason it's the 7-story tree is because there were 7 of us with my 5 kids and my ex and I, and that's a picture she drew of our family. So the 7-story tree, that's where it came from. Yes, I was saying, like, I don't want to forget, but I try to remember and pray generally now. And since I'm saying it, and I want you all to keep praying for me. I need it. I keep praying for you. So I say, Red will pray for Red, and Red will pray for you. And so this is one about, and I take a lot of lines. And if you don't listen to the same music I do, you might not always notice, but I take a lot of lines from songs and books and movies, like quotes, and I'll stick them in. Hopefully I won't get in trouble. But this has a line from C.S. Lewis. I really love the Chronicles of Narnia, and I read them to my youngest 2, all 7 of them. And this one about Strike the Bell, Adventurous Stranger is from the Chronicles of Narnia, the magician's nephew. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with Australian poems either. Oh, that's okay. I don't see anybody from Facebook. Is anybody watching on Facebook? Comment and let me know. Say hello. And it should come on my StreamYard and tell me. Um, but anyways, I was kind of obsessing over this singer, and then come to find out he's married. He was married. Um, but yeah, it was that thing too that the Crappy Childhood Fairy talks about called limerence, and it's kind of like so I was like it's kind of like a love addict, you know. But anyways, this is I like this poem, and I put this when I was on a dating app once. I put this in my thing. So anyways, it's called Dark Horses, and the Dark Horses is from two songs actually. It's from the Switchfoot song Dark Horses, which I love, and I'm still hoping to get the dark horse tattoo for that song, Switchfoot song Dark Horses. That's where the title came from. But also the sorry if you don't like Katy Perry, but Katy Perry song Dark Horse. Strike the bell, adventurous stranger. Pretend that you don't see the danger. So you want to play with magic? Break my heart and I'll break yours. We'll match. Strike it. Walk through the fire. You won't be burned. He promised. This love will make you levitate, defying gravity. You radiate a powerful presence, like an overwhelming being. Take me to the ocean. I want to go deeper. I was afraid. Then I saw your face. Now I'm a believer. So that end part, and there's several things in here. I guess I grabbed things from everywhere and just pull them in. Just pull them in and put it into my own thing. And it's like, this singer actually, he wrote a song which I fancied was about me. He wrote a song called Mockingbird, which I actually think was about me. But anyways, I don't know. I'll never know for sure. I'm single. I told you before, you're too. I have an age limit now. I broke the age limit before, but no. Yeah, you definitely have to be older than my kids. You have to be. I'll tell you a secret. Shh. No offense to anybody, but if you're not born before 1979, before my 13th birthday, which was October 13th, 1979, then I'm not going to date you. That's my rule. I'm not breaking my rules anymore. But anyway, so there's several things in here, like walking through the fire. That's in Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. Defying gravities, the great song from Wicked. I love that song. And Believer was a song by this guy he was the lead singer of Audio Adrenaline. And so, but I took from the other song, Believer, then I saw her face. So then I saw your face. Now I'm a believer. That was like two of them. And so, oh, I like Believer by Journey too. I like that. I have a Journey poem that's going to be in Red Poems. Like I've been writing Red Poems since I finished this one, you guys, and I haven't gotten into any poems by that. I'm going to go 2 hours though. I'm gone 1 hour and 14 minutes. Let me read you this because I put this. This was also an easy thing. I didn't get in trouble for, but I put this quote in here. Oh, wait, am I subscribed? Should I subscribe to Ronald? Ronald, let me see if I'm subscribed to you. Thanks for dropping these links. You're distracting me though, Arnie. Oh, let me subscribe to you, Ronald. Did you do some videos? You did do some videos. Okay, I'll have to go look, Ronald. I'm sorry. My bad. I love Journey. Yeah. So this is one I put in a quote by Chuck Swindoll, and I wrote this song about the tree, about the perfect storm. But anyways, I also put in this quote. This is interesting because this is about what happened to my marriage, my family. My white picket fence went up in flames. That's in this book too. So, oh yeah, when I was talking about my neighbor and she was talking about my book, I don't know if I finished that story, but she said it's her life in poems. And I was like, and I didn't even like think of it. And I was like, oh, you're right, it is. Because it's just poems about my life, about my kids, about my mom, about my dad, about, about me. So it's just poems about my life. With a lot of quotes, a lot of song lyrics, a lot of stuff in it. So before this poem that I'll read you is this Chuck Swindoll quote that I put in here without getting permission. Shh, don't tell on me. But I don't think Chuck Swindoll will mind. He's such a nice Christian man. But anyways, he says, one year a large section of tree fell not far from where we had lived for over 22 years. Within minutes, several of us had gathered to grieve the loss. As I stood there, staring in disbelief, the thought struck me, this happened only minutes ago, but it's been in the process of happening for a long time. A long, long time. No tree just suddenly breaks apart. Once we were able to see beneath the thick bark at the break, it was obvious that some kind of killer disease had been at work for years. Chuck Swindoll. Yeah, the Power Ranger. So then I put that before this, the perfect storm. Let the bough break. My dogs are panting, pacing, so I comfort them to return the favor. The dogs had comforted me. Lights out, rain's pelting, wind blowing. Where's it going? Spirit moving, dove cooing, quiet waiting. Love is patient, tree free falling, but still living and always giving. And that thought was kind of from The Giving Tree. Anybody, raise your hand if you remember The Giving Tree. Silverstone. Is that how you say his name? I need to read some of my new poems before the 2 hours is up. So let me go because I put them on here on my computer. Oh, and here's one that I wrote about, my marriage ending after 30 years. So we actually had been married 27 years when we separated. But in 2016, we were married 30 years, and we weren't divorced until 32 years, which was 2018, because we got married in 1986. So this is one I sort of wrote to my kids or whoever, and it's called I Am Thankful. It didn't go the way I thought, but I am thankful. I stayed, I prayed, I fought the fight. I worked, I loved, I shined his light. I cooked, I cleaned. It was a mess, as I was sometimes. I burned the food, it wasn't good. I got mad and said the wrong thing. I was quiet sometimes when I should have spoke up. More times I spoke up and said too much when I should have shut up. It didn't end the way I thought, but I'm still thankful. I'm sorry about the times I've let you down. It's going to make me cry. Or made you frown or feel unloved. I'm glad for all the good times, as they were many. He forgives me, and I am thankful for his mercy. I have so many poems. You guys, I'm going to go back to doing. Did I go out? Wait, I got too many. I have too many links open. You guys. Can you still hear me? I've lost my StreamYard link. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Oh my goodness. I thought I lost you guys. We have 13 watching. Yay, that's my lucky number. Thank you guys all for being here. I love you. And I'm still going. And that was a poem from my new book of poems, Red Poems, which was called, I might go back to the original name, which was, well, Red Poems, and red is stands for redeemed, equipped, and delivered. So Red Poems. So yeah. And that was a poem from that. And I've been writing that one since, since 2014, 2015. And I found this poem, which is interesting because it's called My Hero. It is about Jesus, but I incidentally wrote this on, and I didn't usually write down the date. I wrote this in 2014, June 10th, which was the day before or the day my brother-in-law passed away, and they called him Super Dave because do you remember the old Superman series with Dean Cain? He looked like Dean Cain, my brother-in-law. So you have, yes, I'm praying for you, Ronald. Yeah, it's just fun to do. I wasn't really serious about YouTube at all. That was another thing about I was talking earlier about Romans 8:28 and good coming out of bad, and the bully on YouTube, which I'm sorry to bring it up, but yeah, I was going to bring that up too about my family member that I am praying for, that I think did this channel. There's a whole channel, Red's Bad Behavior. Y'all check it out. Report it if you'd like. But they followed me again today. They must unfollow me and then refollow me, and it comes up, and they want to try and get in my chat maybe, but it's they are blocked because I believe it's my sister. I don't know, maybe not, but I just wanted to say, Rebecca, I love you. I'm praying for you, but I'm not going to take your bullshit anymore. Excuse my language. Yes, you can do that. You can forgive people, but it doesn't mean you have to reconcile with them. You hear it? Because I have my live playing on my TV. Because I'm weird. Yeah, I should go over here and I'll have myself playing in the background. See? That's funny. Oh yeah, that reminds me of some. I was talking about that singer that I sort of got obsessed with. So I go on his social media, find out, he's married. His wife has red hair. I was like, well, maybe he's having a trouble. Maybe he's getting divorced. Maybe he's having troubled marriage also. And someone said, "Oh, she looks like your sister." And then I was talking to my neighbor. I had this crazy neighbor. He was an interesting fellow, Mr. King. I said, "Oh well, he already has a redhead." Mr. King says, "Well, two are better than one." No, not. No. But yeah, that was what Mr. King said. So yeah, on TV. So thank you for sharing out the live stream, Timmy Ray. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, where was I? Which story was I telling? Let me play you something on my flute. This kind of like calms me down. I get nervous, but if it's something I know really good how to play, it's calming to me. I feel better now. Let me see. What am I going to read you now? How much longer do I have? I was talking about this poem. I didn't read it yet. So I wrote this poem right before he passed. He had cancer. And he was only in his 40s. I think he was 42. But anyways, this is a poem about Jesus, but I do mention heroes anyways. My hero. My hero. And they called his brother Dave Super Dave because he looked like Dean Cain, and also, his last name was Story, and he had this Superman. And I got earrings because I'm SS, Susan Story. He did it on his community tab. You could share it on your Facebook or other social media, though. Are you on Facebook, Lori? I don't know if I found you on Facebook yet, but they used to not give you your community tab where you could share things like that on YouTube until you got to 1,000, and then they changed it to 500. And last Christmas, Carol helped me, and I prayed and asked God, because I wanted to get to 500 and get a community tab, because I love sharing stuff and videos. Like, you can look at my community tab. I share stuff every single day. So yeah, watch my community tab. Oh, that's good. I can play a lullaby. I can. Enough of that. I'm an amateur, but I like playing my flute. I do. Um, so now I forgot where I was. Wait, let me think. Where was I? I'm gonna read the My Hero poem. Anyways, and it was interesting because I wrote it the day before Super Dave died, June 10th, 2014. But it's about Jesus. My hero. Make a liar out of me. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. The risk of reach. I'm not afraid anymore. Oh, really? Are you sure about that? I'm free. But what's that I see? More links in the chain binding me. But he keeps saving me. Just like I'm Mary Jane or Lois Lane. He's my hero. I'm saved, being saved, and will be saved continually till I see his face. How many times must I fall? But I know I'm going to rise again, singing farewell to old Prince Charming and hello, Superman. So, yeah. And I want to read one I wrote about. I had a dream. I was still in Georgia and I wasn't hardly seeing my kids that were left. There were 3 of my kids left in Georgia, my 2 oldest and my youngest, when I left Georgia, but I wasn't hardly seeing them. I was speaking to my son, but not my daughters. And it was just so heartbreaking and not really fair, honestly. It was interesting. I wouldn't see them as often as I liked. And if they did anything fun, my oldest daughter planned it and wouldn't invite me. And I was just very hurt all the time. And that's why it was just so wonderful to get away from all of that and get out of Georgia. But while I was there, it was just really heartbreaking. And I had this dream one morning, that my daughter was in her bed sleeping. And before I started doing Airbnb, I fixed my Georgia Bulldog room for when if my sons came to my house or whatever, especially my younger son who was still at UGA. My oldest son was mostly living. He went to UGA, but he's not finished yet. He might finish someday, but he doesn't have to. It's okay if he doesn't. Hope he's listening. It's okay if he doesn't. He doesn't have to. I went for 1 semester to college. And that's it. But anyways, I did my UGA room for my boys, and that was the favorite room of my Airbnb guests, I think, was the Georgia Bulldogs room. It was painted red. And the Georgia Bulldogs blanket on the bed and all of that. And then I did the blue room for my daughter, really. And then I started doing Airbnb, and I had the rooms all fixed already, but they had fixed them really for my children. And so my youngest, I dreamed one night, and I don't think she had ever at that point slept over. I dreamed that, I woke up and she was in her bed. So I missed her, and it reminded me of Peter Pan, which I had also read to my kids. And this poem is like with all of the things that I read to my youngest 2, especially. I would read to them every night, and I would read them Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Chronicles of Narnia, all these things. And that's in this poem, which is called Leaving Neverland. And I put a quote from Peter Pan at the beginning, which is from Peter Pan. The children waited for her cry of joy, but it did not come. This was when they come back from Neverland, and the mother has been distraught because her children are gone. So the children waited for a cry of joy, but it did not come because they were in their beds sleeping. It's also in the movie Hook. She saw them, but then she saw them in their beds so often in her dreams that she thought this was just the dream still. She sat down in the chair by the fire where in the old days she had nursed them, J.M. Barrie, Peter Pan. And that dream gave me hope that she will come home from Neverland. And the poem's called Leaving Neverland. I awoke to see her in her bed, like so often in my dreams. We read in bed not so long ago about the land of Narnia and the boy who lived, those demigods and unfortunate kids, their parents who died in a fire. That was a series of unfortunate events. Will my kids always see me as a loser mom who lived? Can't even find a job. I'm nothing without Bob. What did I work all those years for? Why did he always want more? Why did I let them control and disrespect me? When will they ever come back from the land of the enemy? See who is truly the bad guy here. The mom who read and sang to us, Jesus loves you. You are my sunshine. Let me be your teddy bear. Put a chain around my neck and lead me anywhere. And they did. They all did. I did what I thought they wanted. He always said before, you have a job. So I cooked, I cleaned, I went to games, I took the lead. I'm taking a break now from serving you. It's my turn. For so long I tried to do just what they wanted me to. Time to grow up. People pleasing can't be done. They're never satisfied like Mick Jagger. But God's yoke is easy, his burden is light, his path is right, shining ever brighter unto the perfect day. He won't take my sunshine away like you did. Yeah, that's kind of a vulnerable poem too. But that's the wonderful things that happened in 2022 is that I got the text from my middle daughter and the call from my youngest daughter, and I was not getting good phone reception here. So what I do is hop in the car and drive down the street. And you can bet when I saw that on my phone, my Lydia, and I'll read you a poem. There's a poem in here about Lydia when she was a baby. So I jumped in the car and drove down the street right away. I was like, oh, hi. I was like, let me get in the car. I don't have good reception here all the time. So yeah, there's a little poem in here about Lydia when she was a baby. And she's named Lydia Ellen for my mom. My son here, Ian, is named Ian Peter for my dad. And despite, how I did sometimes feel about him. But yeah, and the verse I put before this poem about Lydia Ellen is, behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Psalm 127, verse 3. Lydia Ellen. And I have wanted a boy. My mom said boys were easier, which I don't think it's not true for me. It might have been true for her when they were coming up, but I think they brought her just as much heartache, but I had said I wanted a boy, and Lydia was the tiebreaker, because before Lydia was born, we had 2 boys and 2 girls. 2 boys and 2 girls. So Lydia was the tiebreaker, and the girls won. So Lydia Ellen. Why did I ever want a boy? My Lydia is such a joy. She says mama and whispers please. She would peace. She'd say that. She says Ian and Claire. Whatever they do, she replies, me too. She's a challenge, my little insomniac, but I would never send her back. She gives me kisses and hugs too. Lydia, I thank God for you. So, and I still do. And I'm very proud of her. She's in the Air Force. Michael, yeah, I would think, yeah. And my sister was very offended at that statement. But my mom kind of favored boys, really, And my mom was by no means perfect, but But nobody is. Nobody is. Jesus was perfect. Okay. But not me, not Red. Red's certainly not perfect. um, yeah. Hmm. I missed this one. Okay. Um, oh, yes, it's very hard. So my sister-in-law, one of the first places I went in my RV in 2020, I stopped by Denver and saw Ian at Thanksgiving in 2020 because I left the St. Louis area. I left Georgia in September. I went up to the St. Louis area and then I bought my RV. I sold my car. I paid off all my debt. I got to give myself credit. You guys realize this was in the middle of the pandemic. I got this done. I got rid of all that stuff. And yeah, it's sometimes a thing, isn't it? Sometimes a thing. But and then my mom got her heart was so broken. And I think that's why she was really ready. She was really ready to go when she did go, even though I was not ready for her to go in 2009. But she had lost three sons, and she was just like, I think about it every day. And in 2008, I wrote a poem about, not a poem. I wrote my Christmas letter about heaven. And I mentioned my brothers that had passed away. And I didn't know that hurt my mom. And so that broke my heart, that my last Christmas, because I always wanted my Christmas letters to be an encouragement. It was about heaven, which was unbelievable. I wrote about heaven. And then 4 months later, my mom passed away. And then I discontinued doing my Christmas letter and started my blog. But yeah. So where was I? Where was I? I've got about 20 minutes left. I was talking about, oh yeah. So in 2020, the last place I landed, and I went to Flagstaff to see my niece when she was in Arizona, and she was in Arizona in 2020. And then I got a COVID test to make sure I didn't have COVID before I went to see my sister-in-law, because she was in stage 4 cancer and she was not doing well, and she was very thin. My brother was very tired. And I cooked for her a lot. I was thinking about it yesterday because I made chicken enchiladas for New Year's. That video's coming. Look for that. And I made her the chicken enchiladas, and she liked those. I made cupcakes for my nephew's red velvet cupcakes for my nephew's birthday, which is coming up. And I was there for a month, for her last month, her last Christmas, her last month on Earth. I was parked at my brother's smaller house where my nephew had lived, where my nephew lived at the time. The ranch house, I had my RV parked there, and I would drive her car to the big house where they were, and take care of her, cook for her. And we went to the beach. We spent time together. LA was all closed down when I got there too. We couldn't go anywhere. Her hair was getting long. Couldn't get my nails done. It was horrible. No, but she had to be extra special careful too. I even did take her to a couple of, she was still fighting. she was a fighter. She had it for 30 years off and on. She was in remission a few times. Um, my niece Jody has tattoos. It's kind of funny because her mom didn't like tattoos, but she has tattoos of hibiscus on her ankle, of four of them for each of her mom's battles with the breast cancer. So she fought it kind of like, I didn't know that Olivia Newton-John had been fighting the breast cancer on and off like that. And it was kind of like that, Olivia Newton-John. And she was a little bit young. She was, I think, 68 when she passed. She passed early January. So yeah, I was glad to be able to be there at that time for her, and I will always cherish that time I got to spend with her before she passed away. And then on my blog also is, I wasn't able, you can go check out my blog. I dropped that link. Is a thing about the party, which was the night before she passed away. She sat up straight in the bed, and I was just by her side, just just to be there, in case she needed anything. And I had fear then too. That's why my word for this year is courage, because I do always have fear. And I'm still reading. I'm almost done with a book by Joyce Meyer called "Do It Afraid." But I've been listening to Joyce Meyer for years and years, and I've always heard that message. And I talk a lot about that on my channel too, is on fear. So I was afraid to be. I had never been, even though I had so much loss in my life. I was in Georgia. I was in Georgia raising my kids, and I was never with someone when they passed away. So I kind of had a fear. But what was neat was the night before she passed away, and her sitting up and saying she was going to a party, and she was like, "Get my wig, get my wig." And she had several wigs because her hair had thinned from the chemo and stuff. And she's like, "Get my wig, get my makeup, and I'm going to a party." And she had also had me pray with her, and I was away from God, so it was awkward. It was kind of awkward, but no, I haven't read that book. I'll look for it. I had a lot of books. I had 2,000 books. I had a lot of books. I might have had that book, actually. My nose is funny. I have my yogi tea here. But anyways, that was something that was very special that I got to do. And things didn't go the way I would have liked with my brother, and we had didn't agree on other things. But anyways, he seemed thankful at the time that I was there, and I was thinking of moving to that area, but it is so expensive in California. So, and I am really, really loving it here in Denver. So I don't know, but I love the beach. So, like I said, I'm a mermaid. I'm the mermaid. And so who knows? Who knows where I'll end up eventually? I could just bop around oh, wait. Hey. My son texted me. Wait a second. I'm gonna tell him I have containers and containers of chicken enchiladas for him, and I made rice and beans. And you guys, like, I'm gonna put that video together tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to do more of my poetry videos. And I'm right now on been on RV Share to find an RV. I'm hoping to rent an RV to tow with my RAV and pick it up in Phoenix to go to Quartzside to the Glow meetup. I'm telling them, I have chicken enchiladas for you. So my son works over this way, and he lives more towards in Denver, and he works out here, so he'll come during the week and come get some food. And then, like, we're going out to eat usually like once a month. Great. My New Year's was great. I knew he was going to be, I knew he was getting out having a good time on, he's 29. So I knew they were going to be out having a good time for New Year's. But I said, this is what I'm going to make. So you can come over, or you can get the leftovers. I put the leftovers in containers for him, and then he comes in and gets them. And it was funny, on Christmas, they brought a big bucket. They brought a big bucket back, because I was like, they need to give me my containers back, because I keep on buying more containers. And so they brought me the containers back on Christmas so I could make them more food and not have to buy more containers. Great. Nice and quiet. I like it nice and quiet. I've been thinking about going skiing, you guys, but I've never really snow skied before. Oh, hey, it's my rat man here. Hello, 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 hello. You're late again. Troy, I'll have to get my paddle out. Sorry, I'm just kidding. He knows I'm just kidding him. Okay, so let me see. He's got his notification silenced, but anyways, he always does that at night because he's got to go back to work. So my New Year's was good. He had a long weekend. Nice and quiet, like I like it. I'm live right now, but I have chicken enchiladas for you. I can pick notify anyways, but I don't. If he's still awake, he'll read it. And if he's not, he won't. He's probably still awake, though. Hello, Sharon. Oh, you're being a lurker? I think I was a pretty good mom. I wasn't a perfect mom. I believe the quote, what does it say? I think it was Mother Teresa that said something like, there's no way to be a perfect mom, but there's 1,000,001 ways to be a good mom. Something like that. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. But I always liked that. Let's see. What is it? How does it go? God doesn't require us to succeed. He only requires that you try. That's a good one. I don't think I've heard. Be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. I'm looking for the one on motherhood. If you judge people, you have no time to love one. That's good. Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. I'm not finding the one I'm looking for. I can't find it. Oh gosh. And I have so many tabs open again. I keep on losing my StreamYard tab. Hey, Christine. Hey, Sharon. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for coming in, Troy. Yep, I think I have about 5 more minutes. I am really, really good. I was so happy driving. A little scared, again, a little scared because I'm not used to driving around in snow, but I was going slow. Lots of snow. It's beautiful. I love it here in Denver. I'm getting to spend a lot of time with my son. I'm thinking I want to try skiing. I saw kids riding down this slope in their sleighs today. It was cool. Yeah, I am going to read you another poem or two, and then we'll be done. And this was fun. And next week I said I'm going to have Norgus. I already put up my thumbnail and everything. And I want to see if I forgot to tell you anything. Oh, yeah, I'm doing the biggest fan. Most of you guys, if you're a biggest fan, you know who you are. You comment all the time on my lives. And so if you think you're a biggest fan, be first into the live and you will win $50. Oh, you know what, you guys, I wanted to ask you. My mom was good with plants. And look, I'm sad. There was a pretty orchid at the nail place, and that got me thinking about mine, and my flowers have all fallen off. I think I need to give it more water. I put ice cubes in it about once a week. Any of you guys know about orchids? I don't want it to die. My son got me it for it's purple when it has flowers on it. So my son got me it for my birthday in October. And you guys, I'm hoping to get, maybe I'll get merch this year. This is my cup that I ordered myself, but I need to get you guys more merch. I do have stickers, and if anybody wants stickers, email me. This is a Wolfie. You can get the one with me on it. But if you want some stickers, I got a ton of them because I ordered ones that were little. I got mini ones. I got the mini Wolfie too. I ordered ones that were little, and then I was like, I wanted to get the bigger size. And I have a lot of these ones. I have this one, but these are little 3-inch ones. I have the square one. I have a little one like that. So yeah, no. I was gonna share pictures. Like I said, I'm gonna learn how to do that. I'm gonna do some more. I'm editing videos, so I'm having fun with that. Bye, Timmy Ray. Okay. Oh yes, I should YouTube it. That's how I find out about everything. I couldn't work the remote for my TV, the volume, because it was weird. It was where you my TV remote was weird, and I found that on YouTube. Yeah. Good night. Good night, Timmy Ray. 10, 10 Subway sandwiches. Are you serious? Hmm. Good night, Timmy Ray. Thanks for coming in. Um, we answering someone else, Sharon? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Some people just on to support, and so yeah, that's what I was saying about the bully. That really got me going on YouTube, is because I was like, just gonna get. I was like, this is not worth the heartache of this. Uh, Things that were going on and all the drama and them just ostracizing me. I was just like, okay, I'm out of this community. But like at the same time, they were ostracizing me, and people that I thought would stay my friends were not. They deserted me, and it was just very hurtful. And I wanted to get off of YouTube, honestly. But it made me think like, what do I want to do here? And actually, my YouTube was still growing. So, and a lot of people seem to like my food videos. I'm wanting to focus more on my writing and stuff, but I'll still do the food videos because the food videos do so good, and everybody's got to eat, right? So I keep cooking, and I like to cook. Oh, did you miss me chewing you out? Oh, well, I'll have to do it again, Troy. No, I'm just kidding. That's nice, y'all being helpful. Yeah, so speaking of that, okay, I want to do what Lori, speaking of that, Lori and Sharon, if you are a YouTube creator, drop a C, and I will ask my mods to drop your link. If you are a YouTube creator, drop a C. If it is your first time at Reds, drop a 1. And as I always say, moderators, drop your links. I am almost done. I'm going to read you The Haunting. This poem is from this, from the 7-Story Tree. And it was inspired by My Utmost for His Highest quote, which was one of my mom's favorite devotionals, My Utmost for His Highest. It was written a long time ago. And The Haunting, and also by Psalm 139, where it talks about God being forming you in your mother's womb and being with you wherever you go. So, and I said, this poem was inspired by the classic devotional by Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest. Oswald asked the piercing question, what are you haunted by? And states that we should be haunted by God. It's called The Haunting. Also based on Psalm 139. I could just run away, try to live my way another day. But what would be the use? Wasted time, a wasted life. But then again, I could give it all to Him, and He transforms it. If I turn to the left or to the right, you're halfway there, or perhaps not quite. I hear Him all the time. I open my eyes, and He lights up the sky. In a song, I see Him. In a tree, He's there. What is this love He has for me? Wherever I go, to a movie or a show, there isn't a thought He doesn't know. He is the great I am, and yet he is my friend. It's too wonderful to comprehend. He'll always be there till the end. When we've been there 10,000 years, his voice will echo in my ears. Still his praises I will sing, always and forever. He is my king. Oh, that was the song I wanted to sing for you. Let me sing you another song. Praise the name of Jesus. Praise the name of Jesus. He's my rock. He's my fortress. He's my deliverer. In him will I trust. Praise the name of Jesus. That's right. One more story. Let me tell you the story about that song. And it's on my blog. Again, let me drop the link to my blog again. And there's not as many posts on there, but there's still too many for me to find the posts I'm trying to find for you. But there's one that's called Like Mother, Like Daughter, which is about my mom. And there is one called Visiting Moms, which is about going back and seeing my mom like in heaven. It's not really a dream that I had. It's sort of a fiction, but not fiction, because it's about heaven, where I believe my mom is. You know, it's about how I imagine heaven to be. So there's that, and that's short. And then there's Like Mother, Like Daughter, which is about my mom, which I wrote before she passed away, which I was glad too, and she read that. So I'm looking for the red dot. I keep on losing my StreamYard tab because I have so many tabs open. So I didn't see if anybody was watching on Facebook. I don't think so, because I think it would have popped up here. Well, they might. Hi, Facebook. If anybody's watching on Facebook, make a comment. Oh, it does say one's watching on Facebook. Okay. Make a comment. So I have a story, and this is from years ago. This was really interesting. And that's why, like, so many things happen. I guess it was just God's timing. You know, sometimes I look back and regret and think, like, maybe my kids would understand it better if I was able to leave sooner and when they were younger. And because it was kind of like we continued to be brainwashed by him. And I even was unwittingly brainwashing my own kids, making excuses for things their dad did. And then, you know, it's just like, and I look back and I think, like, you know, maybe if I could have been able to, but, you know, 5 kids and not having had a job. And then he built this big house that he wasn't finishing. And I kind of feel like that was a control thing too, to keep me there. And I didn't want to be in the little house for the 5 kids. My daughter, my youngest was 15 when I moved into the smaller house, and she had never been over there, and we had rented it out. And she was 6 months old when we moved out of the smaller house. So I moved into the smaller house. She went over there and she was like, "We all lived here?" I'm like, "You were little kids then," in the little 3-bedroom house, because, you know, and so anyways, but when I was in that house and I only had like 3 kids, I was very young. I was 20. When I had my 3rd son, I was younger than he is. I was 27 when I had my 3rd child. And this is somewhere in these years, back in the 90s. Okay, so I have this dream about the house, and I was super religious and super goody-goody and super involved in the church and Bible study and all of that. I was. Now I'm more really like my mom was. My mom loved everybody and wasn't so judgmental, and like some of the Christians get classified as right now. My mom was more of a progressive Christian before it was a thing. So before it was a cool thing. So I'm kind of like that now. But anyways, so this is why this dream, anyways. So I had this dream in the morning, and a lot of times dream early in the morning. I had an interesting dream this morning, as a matter of fact. But anyways, I often dream in the morning, and so I was having this dream that my husband and I, he wasn't my ex then; he was my husband, and I think I had three kids or 4 kids or whatever. I don't even think my fourth was born. I think it was when I had the 3, and so I've never been much of a morning person. So my ex was up already, and I was in bed dreaming, and I was having this dream that my husband and I were walking through a house, and we were singing that song, "Praise the name of Jesus," and we were driving the demons out of the house. It's wild dream, right? So then that's what I was dreaming about, because I'm this very. Do I want to call myself a fanatic? I still am. I got his name tattooed on my hand. I love Jesus. What can I say? But I was really, just over the top back then. But this is the dream I had. But this is wild. Listen to this. The phone starts ringing, and I wake up. We had one of those caller ID things. The phone rings, and my ex is in the kitchen getting ready to go to work. He picks up the phone. It's the wrong number. In the bedroom by where I was sleeping, and I got woken up from this dream, I look at the caller ID, and guess what it says? I'll write in the chat. Deliverance Tabernacle. I'm going, whoa, that was wild. So that was one of my blog posts I wrote about that many years after that had happened, because that happened in like the 90s, and I started my blog in 2010, like I said. But watch what? So yeah, that was an interesting thing that occurred. And I said, I called my husband. I was like, "Who was that?" And he's like, "It was a wrong number. They asked for Brother Brown or something like that. Like they were looking for the minister of the church." It was a church in that town where we lived in Warner Robins. Okay. Yeah, call me. Yeah, I want to hear that story. So yeah, that was a story I wanted to tell you. Oh, I was going to tell you too another story about my red velvet cupcakes, but anyways, I did go into some about the singer. Maybe I'll go into more about that too. There's another poem in here about him, but maybe for the next poetry stream. My daughter had that verse on her mirror before. She was memorizing it for Christian athletes. She was in the Christian athletes group at her high school. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful, Troy. But yeah, you can call me. Yeah, so I guess that's it. y'all, I had fun. And next week I'm going to have Norgis on, and pray for me. I'm looking to rent a trailer, and I was looking at just a little pop-up trailer the other day. So I'm going to rent a trailer in Phoenix probably and take it to Quartzsite. And I don't know, maybe I'll go to Texas. I'm hoping I might be able to go to Texas. I don't know, but I'm going to see if because the end of this month is my baby's birthday, Lydia's birthday. So, but I'm gonna have to ask her because I'm not gonna go where I'm not invited anymore. I don't do that. So y'all, pray for Red. Red will pray for you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I had fun. Look for more of my edited videos on my channel. Look for more poetry. There's going to be more poetry. Yeah, pray for Red. Red will pray for you. And be good. Love one another. Be kind to one another. Take to me. Louisiana is not on the way from Colorado to Arizona, Charles. I'm a solo female traveler. I travel alone. I love y'all. Yes, that's a beautiful verse. So, good night. Happy New Year. Love you. Bye.